Steve Dahl's stalker's on the line.
Oh, no.
Pia?
Yeah.
You know a Pia?
Yes, I do.
Unfortunately or fortunately?
You know, she's safely... I'm in Chicago. She's in Washington, so that's good.
So you don't want
that's always good.
Date or D.C.?
D.C.
Is she hot?
Sure.
No, she's a mess.
No. So is your mom.
Oh!
You really did zing him.
Wow.
Man, she's talking about your mama.
You know, nothing like a feisty stalker.
See, we made a mistake with our stalker. We invited her into the studio.
She's really nuts.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, she's not.
And she was living under the stairs that you passed through to come down here. She was actually living there, and then we finally realized that it might be a problem, and we had to do something very drastic.
Hey, I have one in Boston that thinks I'm her father.
Oh, that's right.
I heard that one, too.
Yeah, she's great.
My stalker pales in comparison to your stalkers.
Yeah, Pia, what do you do as a stalker?
I go to all his vacation clubs.
Even
and
though she can't hear me.
I fly in and see his concerts.
She can't hear my show because I'm only on in Chicago.
Right.
So I don't know how she knows or...
Yeah, how do you know about Steve Dahl if you don't even listen to him?
No, I listen to him on the internet illegally.
Illegal broadcast.
5365.
All right. We don't like giving out addresses because they get really, really mad at Westwood 1.
Are you attractive?
I have big boobs.
And so what? So do a lot of monsters. I mean, do a good-looking
So
girl?
does Al Roker.
Why didn't I think of that? That's a funny line.
Like Meatloaf in Fight Club.
Yeah. The big man boobs. Yeah.
So, Pia, you're kind of a mess, huh?
I don't think so.
So what do you go to his vacation places? What do you mean by that?
Well, tell them, Steve.
Well, you know, we like take trips and broadcast, and she comes along and gets... Last time I saw her, she was in Hawaii.
And I threw up.
And you would have liked her because she actually passed out by the pool.
Oh, that's
So
handy.
you
could wash off the evidence.
Well, it depends on what she looks like. Were people carving their initials in you and trying to push you back into the water?
Pia, how do you afford this? It's probably a lot of money to go to Hawaii.
You know, I'm going to say, you know, maybe I sell drugs, okay?
Oh, maybe.
Hey, Pia, I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
Were you the one that gave Stalker Patty all my addresses and phone numbers?
No.
That was a good one.
Actually, Pia spends a lot of time talking to my wife.
Oh, God, Steve, you're going to tell them that?
Well, like online. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but it sounds like a three-way might be in my future.
All right. Hey, call the New York Post. That's always fun when it ends up in that paper there,
Way to
Steve.
go, Anthony.
That's a fun one. That's always good when the paper is in there for divorce testimony, and here's that one.
Nice.
I'm not talking about me.
No, just if it would ever happen.
I'm talking about regardless if the picture was in the paper.
All right, Pia. What else you got? Nothing, huh? We had a good lunch today because I know you emailed asking.
Yeah, thanks.
I had the tuna.
Okay.
It was excellent.
Hope you recommend it.
The waitress?
And the hot newsreader from CNN was in there.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name again?
Darren Kagan. I had a dream about having sex with her like a couple nights ago, and then she was in the restaurant. But, you know, I didn't have sex with her. I had the tuna, though.
She was in the worst position for the peak. She was in a booth, and she's facing our table. And Opie looks and goes, isn't she on CNN? Or I'm like, I don't know. And the second I looked, she locked eyes, and it was like, oh, she saw me. Yeah. And I was like, they're all looking. And Steve's back was to her. And Opie goes, yeah, she's right back there. And you don't even care. You just turned around. You're like he's looking for a friend that's supposed to be there. Hello?
Where? I don't see her, guys.
And saying things like that. I don't see her.
Which booth is that?
CNN, you sure?
I love that channel.
She looks hotter on TV.
Well, they make them all up. Yeah.
In person, I think her forehead's a little short.
That was a weird statement he made. He goes, yeah, her forehead's too short, but she had like long bangs going, which was kind of, you know,
to hide the fact that her forehead might be a little shorter than the average person.
I think you'd get less bangs if you want.
Doesn't TV add like an inch to your forehead?
An inch to your forehead? Is that it? It makes your forehead fat.
There's ways of covering up your faults. And I think she grew her hair that way to cover up a short forehead. I'm convinced.
I don't know. I thought she looked fine.
Yeah, she looked all right to me.
Eric, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
Hey,
we all know that Opie splits his bill all the time. He even does it with his girlfriend.
Well, she's got to earn her keep.
I think she already did.
Wasn't there one time Opie and his girlfriend went to a restaurant, and Opie explains it this way, that she had all the money. on her.
Oh, no.
Opie didn't have the money on him.
And that's the truth.
But, it's your guy's money. It's not, like it's your first date and she's doling out the cash. So she pulls the money out of her purse.
No, it's even worse because I was with our good friend Jay from Framingham, who's now Jay from White Plains. And
so is he a stalker too?
He started that way up in Boston, yeah.
Yeah, and then we invited him to come on the show, and we hit it off.
Turned into a cool guy.
You know what? I never thought of it that way. I think he is a stalker.
Be careful at the Christmas party. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
So it was Jay and I, and Sandy sitting across from us. Mm-hmm. And a little restaurant in this town I don't live in.
Starts with an H. North Shore of Long Island.
And we were having dinner. And at the end of the night, Jay and I flipped to see who was going to pay the bill. We flipped a quarter. And I think I lost, and I didn't have my money on me. Sand had all the money. So I go, Sand, we got to pay for this. And there was some scumbag.
A vulture sitting, waiting, just looking at prey. A vulture looking around. And he sees Sandy go into her purse and pull out money to pay for these two schleps, these two freeloaders that should have been treating her like a queen, and she's footing the bill. And the guy makes his move. He made a move.
Now, he didn't have the balls to make the move himself, though.
He made a move, though.
He was with another couple and had the girl leave Sandy a little note.
A note?
Saying, hey, if you want a dinner where you don't have to pay, here's my number. This is where I work. This is where I live.
What a scumbag.
So what happened?
This is my mule size.
Actually, the way that finished was really good.
Yeah, it was a great... Well, Steve Dahl could appreciate this. We turned into a great radio bit.
Great radio bit that I don't think we could ever play again.
No.
Did you hook up with that guy?
Well, he bugged out before you saw the note. Well, or you'd have killed him.
I would have. No, I was really pissed. The girl drops the business card with all this info. By the time she read it, told me what was going on, I kind of got up and was like, what the F, and he was long gone.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the balls to, hand it to her personally. So she has no clue. Let's say she was single. She has no clue what the guy looked like.
He screwed up. But his phone number's on there, his name, everything. So, of course, he doesn't know he's screwing over a guy that has a radio show.
It's a big transmitter between your legs there.
Right. Yeah. So we got this girl that had the sexiest voice.
Yeah.
The sexiest voice. And she calls as my girlfriend. And I'm home alone. I'm naked. I come over.
I got your card, and
You're right.
Yeah, the guys I was with. Oh, yeah. You know how it is.
All I want to do is get effed, and I'm not getting any.
And he was totally going for it. And then there's all those wacky rules about how to tell him he's on the air.
Oh, yeah.
You know how that stuff goes. He wasn't informed that he was on the air.
No, he pushed out in the end, though.
Yeah, he looked even worse because he didn't want to close the deal.
Yeah, we made it sound like this girl was ready and just waiting.
Ready to go.
For him to show up, and he was like, well, this was not what I was looking for.
Maybe the girl came on a little too heavy. It was almost like, is this a prostitute? Is this going to cost me like $3,000 when she leaves my house?
Are they taping this?
Well, you got that one right. Correct.
All right.
Very good. But you got to play it once at least, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what a scumbag, man. Guys are just vultures. It's so difficult to... it's like you're walking around with raw meat in a lion's den. You got to just watch all the time. They're always ready to just pounce.
But that's the type of guy you want to see somebody swing a chair into his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
The bar. That's why guys...
You're very violent, man.
No, I wouldn't.
For a non-violent guy.
I want to see somebody do it.
He does nothing.
He just wants to watch.
But I don't claim to do anything. I don't run around going, I'll beat you. Nothing. Just a stupid comic.
All right, big mouth. We got to take a break. Steve, you got to hang out for a little longer because we got to talk about the representation of Chicago in this WOW contest.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm ready to. I know it's tomorrow, but
yeah,
it's going to take me a while to get my shirt off, so I'm just going to start now.
That would be funny though.
We're still stupid.
Well, if that's what it takes to get good ratings, we'll continue being stupid.
We don't care.
We don't care.
I've been expecting you to make exactly that asinine statement.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Theater of the Mindless.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
102.7 WNEW.